Hello everybody, former Rambo here once again. And today's video should have been made Friday for TRX Friday, but I wasn't feeling too good and I went on another spending spree up here in my attic and just doing some cleaning and need to get that Christmas tree downstairs. So that'll probably happen later on today. But anyway, I have scored big. There was a local guy, his name is John Bailey, from Eastern North Carolina, and I hit him up about some two parts I needed, and, well, let's say I got more than I bargained for. And I gotta remember where I put that other piece. Okay. Oh, there it is. One of the pieces I got today, rear shock. And I wasn't even planning on getting it, but I got it anyway. So one rear shock, and let's go through what else I got. And I got some more stuff coming up from eBay. I actually got two parts in the box that came from eBay. They came earlier this week. Okay, so let's start out. Crankcase hoses. Crankcase breathers. You have to have them for your motor to run right, people. Next. Coolant bottle. You gotta have it. Alright, and here's the two pieces I got from eBay. One, if I can get the box open. I did some researching again on the crank, which I got in my truck. I took it to a local cycle shop today because I wanted to ask one of the managers, well, their service guy that I've known for years. He's a good family friend of mine, about the connecting rod. He said he would use it, but Hot Rod's connecting rod. Paid $20 on eBay. This is all that came with it, and that's what the description said. I want to say thank you to AZ Quads out in Arizona. And here is their business card that came with it. And they also sent me a nice little sticker that I slapped on the back of my other phone. And one of the parts I was going to need to get it rebuilt is this. The connecting rod bearing. Little needle cage bearing. Got this piece from Hot Rods themselves. I didn't know this, but you could actually order individual pieces like this through Hot Rods. So another piece I want to order is the pin. Now, both of these parts combined, so the connecting rod plus the bearing is $40. Then the connecting rod pin, so the pin that actually connects the crank to the connecting rod, another $20. Now on top of that, I decided that I am going to use the factory crankshaft. The only thing I'm not going to use is the factory rod. I am going to send it off to a company called Crankworks, ironically enough, in Arizona. So this connecting rod's heading back west, and they're going to charge me about like $120, $130 to rebuild it. So that's not as bad as what I was hearing. Now, I did swing by my local auto parts store, and they do have a bearing splitter that I could use to pull it off. But I'm worried that I might damage the crank, and I'd rather let someone else deal with it than me. Now let's continue digging. Another piece I got from John Bailey, if I could get everything untangled here, is a spare start-stop switch with light control. Now, on my ride, I am not going to be using headlights, so I can find something else to do with these. I'm just not 100% sure. And everything does work. Everything moves freely. So that's another piece. I didn't mean to throw that. Another fun piece is a new to me, clutch lever. Or is this the brake? I'm not 100% sure. It might be brake. No, on my 450, my 250 is clutch. I'm going to have to look this up, but there is a solenoid, well, a little on-off switch right there. I don't know if it picks up the clicking here. But that came with the box. Another hose. I want to say this might be by the diameter and the length and the shape. I'm guessing it might be radiator related or fuel related. Not 100% sure. Trash. Alright. Neutral and overtemp lights. I got a set of them. And I will test these. I just got to find out which one's hot and which one's ground. And I will test these just to make sure they work. And it shouldn't be too hard to test these. God, I just saw that. Radiator pipe. It is cut. So this will be going in the trash, but I'm not going to complain. That might get me by. I could cut it back to like right there at the end of the cut, but I don't know, and I don't believe it would work. So that is going to be going in the save for later pile. Shifter. You can never have enough. Now here comes something I wasn't really expecting. Not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lug nuts. I know that's an odd number, but hey, that's 7 lug nuts I don't have to buy. Let me make sure one didn't fall in there. No, that's a cut stud, so that's all the minor stuff. Now time for the big part. Just let me move my phone out of the way. I don't want to hurt it. So let me create some space over here. I don't know why I'm focusing in on that Tupperware box. Ba 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 da 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 da. Wiring harness. Let me stretch everything out real fast. So that goes there. Voltage regulator. Just to the front. Let's whip that back around. Okay, so here's all that's here. I know this looks like a pile of mess, but let me explain something. Let me get a little more in a comfortable position. Everything in this harness, from another start-stop, starter switch, neutral and overtemp lights, and oh, I didn't even see I had that key switch. That is a part of the steering stem. I believe that's one of the brackets. I actually needed that, so hey, free stuff. This is the voltage regulator. I don't know why I wanted to call it a rectifier. But anyway, computer. That is one of the biggest pieces to this puzzle. Harness connectors already connected with the bracketry. Ignition coil plus a wire. That's the biggest part, guys, is that box right there in the center of the screen. And I'm going to hop on eBay real fast. Let me type it in on my phone, my password. And I'm going to walk you through all the parts that I got here, minus a few, on everything. Now, thankfully, eBay saw me doing this crap. So, here we go. So, let's add the regulator first. Let's get a decent looking pre-owned one. And this actually comes with the bracket, so like I got, add to cart. Now we need coolant bottle, right here. Add to cart. Wiring harness brackets. Add to cart. Yeah, so everything else I'm going to have to key in manually. But I believe it saved everything in my searches. Computer. Alright, so here's the biggest part. As you can see, this computer, which is a 2007 Honda TRX 450ER electric start ECU computer control module. Look at the price tag. $125. Damn it. Add to cart. Okay, so far I got 4 pieces. I still got more to go. Add to cart. That's another big piece. The wiring harness itself. As you can see in the picture, not much compared to what I got. And this is going to shock a lot of people. And it shocked myself. And I'm sorry if that glare's picking up. But $100 for the parts. I mean, it's just absolutely ridiculous. But the thing is, these parts, well, this quad hasn't been sold since 2014. So a lot of these parts are harder to come by. So now we go to rear shock. $74 and $8.98. Add to cart. Alright, so here's another. What else am I missing? Did I add the coolant reservoir? Okay, so here's what we got so far. Let me zoom out. Okay, let me readjust. Okay, so we got the rear shock, the ECM, or the ECU, coolant bottle, harness brackets, voltage regulator. See that? $413.81. And I'm not even done yet. Wait a minute, there was another piece I just saw that I needed to add there. Right here. So that is the clutch lever, just like I was thinking, just like my 250. I wasn't 100% sure. I know on the 250 TRXs like I own, that are the shaft drive versions, not the the two-stroke Glory Day model. So we got that. Now the total is $437.77. We still got a little more to go. So what else? Start stop. Right here. Ah, crud. Sometimes I hate how eBay makes you put something in fancy. Now, here's something I've debated, is running this. This plugs into your original harness, and basically you fall off, bike cuts off. Dead man switch, as I call it. But for right now, we're not going to be running that until I get the hang of it, and then I go full-time heavy into racing. Now, this piece I don't have, but I'm going to end up needing it, which is the thumb throttle. Now, the thing is, I've debated with myself, I've talked it over, and I can't even find the piece I'm looking for in this part. Well, this, excuse me, I ain't feeling too good, guys, but another part that I'm going to need is the carburetor. Now, in a little bit, I'm going to pull it up on my phone and show you guys how much it is, because it's just outrageous. Now, the problem with, right here, that is the start, stop, kill light switch. Add the cart. So now, let's scroll down for the grand total. Holy moly. I still got 2 more. I'm sad, guys. Well, actually, 3. Alright, so radiator hoses. So this is a piece I am going to buy new. And I'm probably going to buy the whole set. Oh my god. I'm sorry about that. No. Just type in rad. Alright. Okay, so it's not pulling up. Son of a gun. So, trying to think on how to word this. Right here. Those I am going to buy new. Even though I told myself I wouldn't mind using them, having a used set, I am going to buy some new. So, say this kit right here. Even though I'm going to find some cheaper. I can always find some cheaper. You got yellow, blue. Actually, the yellow one would work perfect for what I'm actually working on. Alright, so garbage that. Alright, so radiator hoses, kill switch, clutch, rear shock, wiring harness, ECU, coolant bottle, bracketry, voltage regulator. Look at that total. Seriously, look at it. Just look at it. So, let's keep on going. There's one. What's that other piece? I'm trying to find the over temp light or the indicator light. It's not pulling up. So say. Alright, but so anyway. So here's what we got. So radiator hoses. $72.95. Kill switch. $99. Clutch perch. $23.96. Rear shock. $74.98. Harness. $105. ECM. $125.99 plus $12 shipping. Coolant bottle. $15 plus $12 shipping. Harnesses. $12.95. And this company right here, Pirate MX1. I love their company. I stand by them. And I trust them. Voltage regulator. $54.95. Total 106. Well, 609.72. And so 609.72. So 609.72 minus. Now, before we go any further, keep in mind, I'm not adding the connecting rod, the bearing in. I did not add the lug nuts, and I did not add the neutral and over temp light. Did not add them. And I'm pretty sure I'm missing a few pieces, like that steering stem bracket. That might not have been included in the Pirate MX one. Pieces. And, oh, the ignition coil. I forgot to add the ignition coil. So, let's add that. I didn't mean cool, I meant coil. I swear to God, I just ain't feeling the best, guys. Whoo! And that doesn't even include the boot. So, I'm going to try to find one that would best fit it with the boot. Dynatech. Never seen one of these before. But it looks like it just bolts right in. But anyway, so let's just say, for giggles, let's just use the used coil, because that's what I got. The total now, after everything, $634.72. Yes, you read that right. I bought all this for 60 bucks. Now let me explain. I actually ran across this guy, John Bailey, on Facebook through one of the TRX owners groups I'm a part of. And he's the guy I bought the header and silencer from. And I messaged him this morning. I had nothing to do. About some parts. I said, hey, do you have a wiring harness and, what was it? A wiring harness and a CDI box. That's it. He said, yeah, I got them. 50 bucks. So I said, all right, cool. I'll meet you. Well, he meets me. I meet him. And he hands me that box that I brought all this up in. He says, well, I meet him at the location. He says, hey man, I didn't have time to search through everything. I'll give you the whole box for 50 bucks. And I saw that shock in there. I said, dude, I pay you an extra 10 if I can keep the shock. He said, okay. So I kept the shock. So I saved a ton of money that's going to be rolled into this quad. And that money, well, what was the total again that I saved compared to paying everything on eBay? $574.72. So might as well say $575. And I'll show you the biggest pieces. Voltage regulator. Not a cheap piece. And this one actually looks to be fairly new. The Denso ECM. And I'm going to unplug this from the harness because I'm actually going to put this and the voltage regulator in a waterproof box, or a Ziploc bag, I should say. And a few other of these electronical pieces. But the reason why parts like this are so expensive, guys, is that Honda doesn't make this stuff anymore. They haven't made stuff like this in forever. And it's a shame. I'm not gonna lie, I was swung by the local quad shop this morning. And I'm gonna tell y'all a little secret. If y'all want some good deals, go to your local ATV shop in the morning. They normally have great deals, especially in the morning. Heck, this morning I went to my local shop and I bought a brand new FMF hat. Was on the shelf for $30. Walked in and the parts guy knows me, and I'll tell y'all that. Go in and get to know all the guys working behind the counter. Get to know what they like. Get to know them, talk to them, and they'll help you out. And as I'm fixing to walk out the door, the guy running the parts/sales counter says, hey, you can get that FMF at 50% off. I said, sold. Don't tease me with a good time. And that's that's something I'm going to tell y'all. Always keep your parts guys happy, because they'll keep you happy. And they all know me there. And I'm going to tell you, them guys are some of the best people you can deal with. If you can find a local shop you can trust, they'll be more than willing to work with you on prices. And I'm going to try to... I can't do this one-handed. I'll have to do it here in a minute. But anyway, so let's start on some of the facts that I should have done yesterday. The other day, I was watched back through that first video of TRX Fact Fridays, and I can't remember if I talked about them, but the TRX family spawned from the ATC family. And for those who don't know, the ATC is the all-terrain cycle. Basically, suspension of a dirt bike up front, so you got one tire. Chassis of a dirt bike in the middle. ATV swing arm out back. They were dangerous. They were actually outlawed by the United States government, I believe in 86, 87. It was the late 80s. Chick-fil-A. But anyway. Back to what I was saying. They were outlawed, and people loved their dirt bikes and ATVs. And they loved the cycles. The all-terrain cycles. So, Honda had a ATC called the 250R. One of the nastiest and meanest three-wheelers out there. And when the government outlawed it, Honda had already had some success in the sport market with the 250s. And I'm not sure which came first, the ATV 250 or the ATC 250. But the ATV 250, once the ATC stopped selling, took off in popularity. And you can still find them in fairly decent shape and some that are clapped out. But they're great bikes, and Honda has always stood behind their products. Now, you could go get a brand new computer / CDI, voltage reg. You could get that stuff cheap on eBay, or you could buy a generic one, or buy stuff at your local cycle shop. But one thing I'm going to try to turn this build into is a local only. So, parts that I can find local at a good deal, I'll use them. Parts I can't find local, I'm going to go on eBay. Now, guys, I got to get some of this stuff cleaned up. Get everything sealed up, so the computer's going to get sealed up. The voltage reg's going to get sealed up and put away. And I'm going to get back to doing what I do best, riding ATVs. Thank you for watching. Farmer Rambo, signing out. Have a good one.